No bullshit. You can have it all. You can focus on your health. You can focus on your business. You can be happily married with 2 awesome kids while also having passion to get up, go to work, produce at a high level, set super outrageous goals, and then put together a game plan to achieve them. That's right. It can be done, and I know this because today's guest is going to share with us exactly what he's doing to check every single one of those boxes. Check this out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children 18 plus, you are tuned in to the Loan Officer Podcast with me, Dustin Owen, and a very special guest. This dude comes out of Dallas, Texas. He's with me today in Orlando, Florida at MortgageCon 2026, Universal Studios. We're still in the yurt because the yurt is where it's at. Last year, he personally funded $30 million in mortgage volume. That means he helped 70 to 80 families obtain financing for their home loans. He is a dad. He is a content creator. He runs a division of one of the fastest growing mortgage companies. And he's a hell of a great dude who was once a high school All-American swimmer. He is my friend, Wade Betz. Wade, welcome to Loan Officer Podcast.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was back when I had cheekbones with the swimming. So
those cheekbones are still there?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're kind of like my abs. They're in there. I just have to maybe peel back some of the layers so that they can be seen.
Yeah, my kids tell me that I have had abs. So,
abs. I like that.
You
know what I love? I love your quarter zip. So quarter zips used to only be for dads.
Right.
But now they're cool again. And yours says winning with Wade. I think that's what this episode could almost be subtitled.
Right.
Like winning with Wade. Because you're winning right now, right?
Either with me or because of me, but I'll make sure you win.
Either with you or because of you. So you're a mortgage loan originator. You're out of Dallas, Texas. Are you truly in Dallas? Or are you in one of the suburbs?
No, Dallas. Like my wife and I both went to SMU for college. We live walking distance from the campus, so it's Dallas.
Yeah, and SMU's y'all sports are starting to come back.
Yeah, now that we can legally pay players, I mean we're back, baby.
Legally, yeah. Yeah, you guys kind of invented the whole pay for play.
Pioneers.
You were the pioneers.
Exactly.
The architects.
Exactly.
Yeah, then you got your wrist slapped or your hand slapped or heck, I think you got your whole face slapped.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It was rough.
But you were telling me earlier before we hit record, that's kind of like what you and your wife do to get out, right? Is you like to go to sporting events?
100%. So she went to SMU to play soccer. I went to SMU to swim. We both got there and realized we were way outside of our depth of competition. I'm not going to be an Olympic athlete. And so I enjoyed college, and we've been together since 1999. And a good date for us is cheat meal, good sporting tickets.
What's the cheat meal for you? What do you consider a cheat meal?
So throwing way back here, my very first date with her was at Chili's.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I picked her up in a borrowed teal Chevy Cavalier, and I got a second
Two-door?
date.
Two-door?
Two-door, baby.
Yeah, those Cavaliers back in the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Two-door with the spoiler on the back?
No spoiler. It wasn't even that fancy.
Okay, because they had the two-door with the spoiler on the back.
I'm sure.
That was every teenage kid's starter car. And you had to borrow it? It wasn't even yours?
I didn't have a car at the time.
Oh,
so,
that's crazy.
So I found the one SMU girl that would allow me to pick her up in a borrowed teal Chevy Cavalier and go on a second date.
Are you alluding to SM girls being a little hoity-toity, a little pinky finger in the air, as if we're playing some Bruno Mars?
Perhaps.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
That's a lot of those Texas schools. Lots of money in Texas.
100%.
Yeah, where's the most money? Is it at Baylor? Is it at Texas Tech? Is it at UT? Where? I can't imagine it's at Houston. I know Houston has a lot of money, but I still think the school Houston is probably TCU.
TCU's okay. Honestly, SMU's got a lot. UT has a ton, and A&M big time money.
Okay. Yeah, when I say money, that's where all the rich kids go.
No, that's a different answer then.
Okay, yeah, I meant where do all the rich kids go?
No, SMU and then TCU.
Okay, SMU and TCU, and then you're the kid who's there on the swim scholarship who has to borrow your buddy's teal Cavalier to take your wife.
I was between transportation.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, of course. We'll just leave it at that.
That's like doing an interview. I'm like, hey, what you been doing for the past 3 months? I've been between jobs. Your ass got fired. And now you've been looking for something else to do.
But it was good. It wasn't the best part of my life. And so, it was character building.
Yeah.
Ended up getting a job at the time It was a door-to-door sales job. Like, you can learn a lot about sales from a door-to-door sales job.
Well, let's jump into that. Actually, before we jump into that, because we're going to jump into your career.
Yep.
Like how you got started in the mortgage business, what you're doing right now, not just for your employer, because you run correspondent lending for Empire Financial, but you also personally produced $30 million last year, and you have loan officers who work directly for you.
Correct.
But before we do, we got some bills to pay. So I'm going to take a quick break so we can hear from today's show sponsor. Check this out. The Gathering by Housing Wire is coming up in Austin this April from the 27th through the 30th. And after missing last year and dealing with that FOMO, I am already registered. I want to make sure that this is an event that y'all have on your radar. I remember my first time attending the Gathering. That year, the event was held in Arizona, and I was blown away. It was the first time I went to an event where the who's who of both mortgage and real estate were attending the same conference. It's been 2 years since I was last at the Gathering, and I'm still working with and collaborating with some of the people I met while attending this once-a-year event. Some of these people have now become friends as well as clients. I hear from you all the time about how you want to step up your game, run in bigger circles, and have the inside track on what is actually happening in the real estate and mortgage industries. Well, this event will allow you to check all of those boxes plus so much more. So go ahead and get registered today. Come hang out with me in Austin. The website to get started is housingwire.com/events and use my code TLOP10 for 10% off. So again, housingwire.com/events and use my code TLOP10. That's TLOP10. And at checkout, you'll get 10% off. I look forward to seeing you at this year's Gathering. All right, so we're back. Was your first career opportunity leaving SMU, was it in the mortgage business, or did you do something prior to mortgage?
There was a stopping off point. It was another sales job. Didn't love it, to be candid. I really wanted to do something in real estate. I had a degree in economics, and so even though I say real estate, that's pretty broad.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be realtor, title, landman, like all kinds of property
Landman. I
management.
wish I knew landman was what was an actual career path. Like, I'm a Florida kid, so there was no landman around. But man, that damn TV show has me wanting to be a landman because I'm a compulsive gambler, right? And I'm a high drive, take shit from nobody. I'll work how many hours I need to.
Right.
I think it would have been an exciting time in my life. Maybe not a healthy time, but an exciting time. But so you were thinking economics degree, leaving SMU. When you said real estate, it could have been commercial, could have been landman, could have been title.
I wanted to be in the real estate field. And so the short version of this story is my girlfriend at the time, now wife.
My wife.
Exactly. Went to a party and I wasn't there, met somebody who was in real estate and said, "Oh, your boyfriend should go to this mixer." And I went to the mixer and I met somebody and they're like, "Oh, you need to know so-and-so." And it just, I followed one lead to the next. And it was like, I finally got connected to a headhunter who connected me to a headhunter who connected me to a headhunter who had just closed on a refinance, who the loan officer had just told them the week before, "Hey, we're looking to hire someone green and train them. So let me know if anyone comes across your desk." And I got introduced the next week. And that story from start to finish took 11 months of following leads.
So 11 months from when the mixer happened to when you were hired?
Correct.
Or 11 months of you having to follow up because they weren't sure they wanted to hire you?
No. From 11 months from when my wife went to that first party to when I got that first interview. And that man that hired me was an amazing mentor. I asked him thousands of questions. I give that man so much credit.
How long did you work with him?
14 years.
Wow. So before I jump into those 14 years and everything you learned along the way, I do want to point out to the audience that there's a very valuable lesson that Wade just shared with us that I don't know if you picked up on. And I teach this, I coach this, especially like people who reach out to us for our career advisory services. And you have so many originators wanting to do what we do for a living. And I love it. Right? I absolutely love it. Like, we need the fresh blood.
100%.
Right? This industry is a little bit stale, and it needs that next generation to come in. But I tell these people, the career opportunity you want, you will not find on Indeed. It will not be on LinkedIn. More than likely, it's not even posted on that company's website. Right? It's going to come from going to a mixer. Right. It's going to come from talking to your great aunt or talking to your ex-best friend, asking them who do they know who knows someone in real estate, and then picking up the phone and texting, calling, or DMing somebody letting them know that you're interested, and who do they know that could put you in contact with someone who might be hiring. And that worked for you 20 plus years ago, 25 years ago now, right?
Nope, 20 on the nose, actually.
Okay.
In January, it was 20.
Well, happy 20-year anniversary into the industry. Something else I want to congratulate Wade on. Congratulations, Wade entered a step competition with his employer. So you and a bunch of other people at Empire were like, who can do the most steps in January?
Yep.
And you and Luke Shankula each did 1 million.
Yeah, just
steps.
over 1 million.
Just over 1 million steps. Wade told me off camera that there was 2 days that he actually walked a marathon, basically at his desk with a
treadmill desk.
With like a treadmill desk. Mm-hmm. That's freaking amazing. Like what a cool story.
It was exhausting.
I'm sure.
It was exhausting.
Right? Yeah. And as you told me, because you and Luke were going head to head, his wife is pissed at you because of the amount of time that he spent walking and not, because Luke has like 27 kids.
Yeah, he's got a herd, but
so between all the time he spends on AI and then all the time he spends with his kids, you throw in walking as much as y'all did.
Can't build an avatar to walk for you.
You cannot build an avatar. He may have.
I know.
He may have. You may have to go back.
Diabolical.
Yeah. You may have to go back because you may have actually won that competition.
No, I legit lost by 133 steps.
God, that sucks. 137. 133. So getting into the industry, because I've already introed where you are today, right? But what I really want to focus on is what you're focusing on today, because you are, and you said this to me, like you feel like you're at a point in your career where you can have it all.
Yeah.
But throughout your career, you haven't felt like you had it all.
No.
Right? Like you maybe have sacrificed personal health, maybe relational things. You weren't doing content because you didn't feel like you had time to. But now you're like, look, my wife and I are in a great spot. My boys and I have a great relationship. I'm doing content. I'm going to focus more on my health than I've ever done before. And I'm still excelling at work. And you put a lot of intentionality behind it, 100%. Which is where it's like, hey, let's share with the audience how they too can maybe learn from your experiences, maybe shorten their learning curve. But before we get into that, I want to do just a little backstory. So 20 years in the mortgage business, you found a great mentor.
100%.
14 years with that mentor.
Yep.
What are 2 things that he taught you that stand out the most today?
So the thing I remember the most is, because I'm a piece of clay, you can mold me however you want. And he would say, this is what we do. And I didn't know any better, so I did it. Well, like that was stuff like Tuesday updates. Like there was no Tuesday updates 20 years ago. And what I realized, like about 2 years after I started, I'm like, no one else does this. Like you just do this. And so he was a great mentor. I asked that man thousands of questions.
You want to give him a shout out?
Yeah, hell yeah. Marcus McHugh. Shout out, buddy.
Marcus
I love
McHugh.
you.
Is he still in the industry?
Yeah. Still at the same place.
Still at the same place. What place is that?
Guardian Mortgage, a division of Sunflower Bank. They treated me really, really well.
Yeah.
And so even though I'm on the broker side right now, I've got a pretty good retail experience. I mean, I love that place. So we left on very good terms. I still got friends there today. I still have clients that, because I have a good stay in touch campaign post-closing, I still reach out to them and they have servicing needs. Sometimes I'll connect them directly with the person they need on the servicing team. Like, it doesn't have to be adversarial when you leave a company.
Yeah.
So,
say that again for the people in the back, right?
100%, because that hasn't always been my experience personally. So how you leave, the divorce should be just as good as the honeymoon.
Yeah. What else did he teach you? Like, what's one other lesson that stands out?
To hold yourself accountable to the sales activities that you're supposed to do. So my journey is essentially my career. You know, as you go year after year, like you're supposed to increase your volume every year.
Yeah.
And then I got to the point where I was on pace for 40 million. So in 2012, I closed 101 million.
What?
101 million. I was
in 2012.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, were any of those like HARP refis? Were a lot of those HARP refis?
Yeah, there was no jumbo then, because remember, like the financial crisis, everything was...
By the way, y'all, children,
Yeah.
The conforming loan limit was $417,000.
100%.
That was like the last time I could remember it, because it was $417,000 for like a freaking decade.
Yeah, it was.
And then now every year when it changes, I'm like, God damn it! Do I have to like learn another conforming loan?
Exactly.
So nowadays I tell people, yeah, you know, it's in the mid eights.
Yeah.
Like, what is the conforming loan limit right now?
Yeah. 833 250.
833 250.
833 500. See?
Yes.
There we go.
Exactly. I'm like, plus we're getting a little bit older.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but you were sharing a story. 2012. You did $101 million in volume.
I was ranked 89th nationally on Scotsman for units. Like
Okay.
it was my best year ever.
Yeah.
And to be very candid, like ego creeps in. You think you're hot shit.
Yeah.
And what happened is the very next year, I was on pace for, nope, sorry, I'm getting my years confused. So that was 101 million. 2013, I followed it up with a $69 million year, which still sounds fantastic. But Dio, I had 55 million of that by July.
Ooh.
Right. So the rates went up 1.5% in like 2 weeks. The spigot completely cut off. So I limped across the finish line that year. The next year after that, I rather arrogantly thought, it's okay, I'm on pace for $40 million of purchase business, because if you track your purchase business, that's where I was supposed to be.
It
That
didn't
is
happen.
not what happened. 101 to 69 to 20 million.
Wow.
My wife was pissed. She was not happy with me. And so you could do one of two things. You could do the ostrich approach and just bury your head in the sand and think it'll pass, or you can hire a coach and go get the work and put in the work. And that's what I did. That's what brought me to the core training at first. So I've legit done a greatness tracker every day of every week of every month of every year since January of 2015.
Yeah, for those that don't know, that is the OG daily, weekly success tracker.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
I've
it's
got 'em-
like we had Shayla Gifford on the show, and she's
Yeah.
like, how did I go from $300,000 in personal income to over $1 million? She goes, really easy. Greatness tracker for 52 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, we developed the blueprint.
Right.
And I developed the blueprint because, look, if it works, like, you don't need to go recreate it. Now I added different things to it. Like,
So
the
do
greatness
I.
tracker didn't really have spending 30 minutes online networking, right? So I wanted to make sure that was included. And the greatness tracker really didn't get into exercise and reading. And to me, reading and exercise, like, if I'm going to coach you, you're going to be part of our coaching program, it's important that you read. It fuels the brain, it fuels the soul, but you exercise. And not because I want you to have abs. I want you to exercise. I want you to be more creative. I want you to have more energy, right? I want you moving your body. But I put it together because I knew what the greatness tracker did. And you're saying, just tracking your daily activity.
It's the hill I'll die on.
The hill you'll die on. Yeah. Yeah. You don't
100%.
need anything fancy. You need that.
Yeah.
And then from there you can add on.
100%.
From then, yeah.
And because like you just said, so mine now has the very bottom of page 1 is physical activity. Yes or no? Were you physically active? And then page 2, because it's double-sided, is the social activity.
Okay.
So if you're going to do an 80-20, 80% of your time, I believe, should be phone calls, face-to-face, thank you cards, just the normal old-school stuff that absolutely work. It's timeless. But at the same time, you got to build a personal brand.
Yes.
Engage with your audience. Build content to attract people to you. Short-form content has different uses than long-form content. You got to kind of be omnipresent. If you're going to be on social, be on social. And now I have legit goals every week about how much I'm posting across all my platforms. So
And what are all your platforms?
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Oh, wow. Do you do TikTok?
It's the same reel on
Yep.
all of those. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter, X, and then Threads. I am on YouTube, and then I have.
What are you doing on YouTube?
It's funny. Every platform I do different things on. So YouTube is exclusively long-form consumer content.
8 to 12 minutes or like 30 minutes?
No, 6 to 8 minutes.
Okay,
is
6
what
to
I'm
8,
doing.
not 6 to 7?
Nope.
Okay.
God, stop. I've got teenage boys. It's like all the time. So what I do though is I take the transcripts of those videos and turn them into SEO optimized blog articles for my website. So shout out to Vonk. They're my website provider.
Okay.
It's a mortgage specific website. I have control to the blog.
Oh, I met that dude. I met that dude yesterday.
He's here. Yeah.
Yeah, good dude.
At 100%. He's been a huge help. And so I'm creating the YouTube content, turning that into SEO optimized blog articles, and posting it on my Google business page. So one video is 3 different pieces of content, and I'm doing it twice a week.
And as your coach Amir says, that's playing a game of chess, not a game of checkers.
100%.
Right. These are long plays.
That's the 5-year money.
Correct.
Right. Because I've got friends that are 3, 4, 5 years in. They're closing tens of millions of dollars from their YouTube channel. So I'm a year in. You're not going to get anything. So for anyone watching, you're not getting any leads whatsoever from YouTube, even if you're doing 2 videos per week, until probably about month 8.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. So my business partner, Mike, who's right now behind the camera,
Yep.
he's going to slip you a 20 for saying that.
Yeah.
Because this guy right here, this bald dude that you're looking at, he has this thing, what do they call it? Impatience.
Yeah.
And he wants to know, like, hey, because we started doing consumer content at T-Lop. Like when I resigned, it was like, cool, we still have the podcast. That's our baby.
Right.
However, our YouTube channel, I literally want this to be Barstool Sports for mortgage.
Right.
Right. And it's Barstool Sports for mortgage, personal finance, real estate. So we went from doing the Loan Officer podcast on Mondays and Thursdays to now we dropped the DO show.
Right.
Now we have Talk Mortgage to Me, right? Like we have other format, Coach's Corner, Mortgage School, but some of the content that's consumer facing right now,
Right.
that shit's not banging.
No.
And it bothers me.
Yep.
And Mike tells me to slow my roll, calm down, trust the process. But, you know, relations with partners in business are very similar to relations and partners at home. My wife can tell me something,
Right.
and I ignore her.
I'm sorry you don't like the answer, buddy.
Yeah, but my uncle tells it to me, and I listen to him.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's that way with my business partners. They tell me something,
Yeah.
and I was like, whatever, you don't know what you're talking about. But I get to podcast with you, and you tell me the same thing. I was like, okay, I guess I'll listen to Mike now.
Yeah.
So Mike owes you $20 because you just calmed me down for at least another 6 months.
Bought you some time.
Yes.
Loan officers, if 2026 is going to be your breakout year, this matters. Most originators don't struggle because of rates. They struggle because they don't have systems, structure, or accountability. I'm Coach Christy with T-Lop's Originator Coaching. Originator Launch is a 16-week small group coaching program designed to help you build a real business, not just close the next loan. You'll get weekly live coaching, proven scripts used by top producers, real accountability, homework that actually moves the needle, and 2 private one-on-one calls with your coach. This program is capped at just 10 originators, so the attention is personal and the results are real. This isn't a course you watch. It's coaching you execute. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building with intention, apply now. Spots are limited, and once they're gone, enrollment closes. Register today.
But yeah, you are doing next level stuff. Who's doing your social? Have you paid someone to do it?
I have internal help that they specifically help me take the transcripts and then get it. We have internal video editing.
Okay,
at
like
Empire.
internal, like your employer provides this for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So like every single video. So if you follow me on social, every video that you will ever see, whether it's YouTube or any of the other socials, it's all edited for free by our in-house editor.
That's cool as shit. There's a little free plug for Empire. Shout out to Joe, John, the whole entire crew, Marilee, Rebecca. Like,
100%.
Yeah.
Well, John came to me like early on when I joined about 3 years ago, and he's like, I want to be the most visible mortgage brokerage in the country. And I'm like, that's cool. I can do the content, but if you want that to be done at scale, you got to make it a way for us to have it edited, because that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, like, let's do that. And so we put a plan in place, and now it's kind of evolved over time. But yeah, so like I'm doing 2 YouTube videos per week. I'm turning those into SEO optimized blogs, and I'm posting on my Google business page. I get leads every week from my website like that and from YouTube. I have 20 short form videos that I do every month.
Short form, that's for Facebook,
Instagram, TikTok.
Yep.
That's consumer focused and realtor focused. It's
Okay.
edutainment style.
Yes.
I do written content for Facebook and LinkedIn, and that's more LO, attraction focused. So I'm doing different things for different platforms. My Twitter and Threads is more motivational. So it's a consistent thing. I get all of that done within 30 minutes from 8 to 8:30 every single morning as part of my social selling time block.
Like clockwork.
Like clockwork.
Yeah.
I'm doing the posting, engagement. I'm sliding to people's DMs. I'm doing happy birthday videos to every single Facebook friend that's having a birthday, custom, every day without fail, over and over and over again.
That's awesome. What
Success is boring.
Yeah, well, correct. It
Yeah.
is. It 100% is. I mean, I'll tell you that. Training for Ironman,
Yeah.
boring,
It's
right?
just consistent.
Being in
Over
the
and
best
over
shape of my life is boring. No alcohol, no tater tots, no French fries, right? It's boring. But
Sounds like a tough life.
The
No
results
tots, I
are
know.
freak. No tots is a big one for me.
I know.
Yeah, I don't like that's how I would like eat healthy is I just eliminate all the bad things. That way I can still have like a pizza, I can still have like a burger. But if I have a burger but no soda, no tots, it's like, if that's my cheat day, then that's okay.
Yeah.
Looking back on your career, what are 2 things that you did early on that you're like, damn, I'm so happy I did that. If I had to start over, I 100% would do that again?
I started a YouTube channel earlier than most.
What do you consider early?
10 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was a video blog at the time. It was going to be called Wading Through Your Day.
Wading, I like that. Yeah.
But my wife is like, that sounds kind of like an Eeyore channel. Like that sounds too like somber. How about Winning with Wade? I'm like, I like that. That sounds better. So thank you, wife. I love you so much. But it's been a big thing. So like websites, all the social handles, everything, email, the whole bit. It's all Winning with Wade. When I joined the company, they got me my own Winning with Wade merch. Like I didn't order this. Like they
so you're a big personal brand guy.
I believe that people do business with people, not companies. Companies should just facilitate your success. We're not the main character in your success. We should just facilitate it. So I think a healthy business is a portable business. So you need to have your systems in place, because what if you want to go take your talents elsewhere like LeBron did to Miami?
Yeah.
You know, you need to be able to do that without putting your livelihood in jeopardy. So people will say like, why do you like believe that? It's like, well, it's not their job to stay. It's my job to keep them. So if I'm not providing the value or the environment that you need to stay, well then yes, you should absolutely go, and you shouldn't fear for your livelihood as a result.
What are you focused on right now? Like when you look at yourself as the man, the husband, the father, the business operator, the sales professional, the content creator, like where is your focus? And how would you rate where you are right now in terms of completeness? Like 10 is like, I'm freaking grooving. I'm checking all the boxes. 1 is I'm a hot mess. And then, obviously 5's I'm in the middle, but 7, 8, and 9 is like, I'm pretty damn close to where I want to be. So I guess that's a 2-part question. First, where would you rate yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. And then second is going to be more of the why behind it.
Yeah.
And the why would be, what are you focused on? Like, how do you feel that way? And what are you doing to continue to grow and maintain?
So you basically just asked me to do the Wheel of Life exercise.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's
and so the different areas of your life, I forget them all. It's like health, business, family, spirituality, self, love life, stuff like that. So like the thing I'm most proud about is my marriage. I've been with my wife since 1999. My teenage boys tease me that we started dating in the last millennium. So like it's that I get all the unk jokes because they're teenagers. Yep. But that's the best. So the most important financial decision you will ever make is who you choose to marry. And for that reason, like I don't hang around with people that cheat on their spouses. Like we're done. I don't care if I knew you first. Like I'm team her if you're the cheater and vice versa. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to be surrounded by those people. Just like I don't want to be surrounded by people that drink or do drugs or any of the other bad influences, because you start to model that behavior and it's not good. So I only want to be around with friends and family that have good marriages, good health, stuff like that. So that's the part of the life I'm in. So marriage, fantastic. Relationship with kids, pretty good. Now, don't get me wrong. Mom's the angel. Dad lives under the bus.
Oh,
okay.
Are you the bad guy?
No.
Are you bad cop?
No, I'm just the punching bag.
Okay.
So like, the with that step challenge, I told you off screen, like my youngest called me the Walmart David Goggins. It's like you're killing me, kids. So, but that's what I'm getting. So mom's an angel, like dad lives under the bus. But like business is pretty good. Now I'm in my greedy phase right now. So I want my personal production to be even higher. Did 30 million last year. I want to do 50.
What are you going to do to do 50?
Lean into a Realtor BDR model.
Okay.
Work my past client database even harder. 65+% of my closings come from my past client database.
Okay.
So I retain very good, but as good as that is, like there's still dozens and dozens of loans per year that I'm missing because the servicers have really stepped up their retention departments. So what worked 10 years ago is not what is going to get it done right now.
So what for those that don't know, how would you describe a Realtor BDR model? Like BDR, I know what that is. Like BDR is business development rep.
Correct.
So are you going to hire someone in your local market to go out and build relationships or tee up relationships with real estate agents, at which point you can then go in and teach a class, present at a meeting? Is that what that means to you?
No.
Okay.
So BDR. Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
Exactly. A BDR is what you just described.
Okay.
So they're networking with realtors. They're networking with title agents. They're developing business for me, the loan officer. A realtor BDR is a dual licensed realtor and loan officer.
Okay.
So but because they're dual licensed, and if they want to earn a commitment, they have to do origination activities.
Yes.
So it's a lot more of a slippery slope. So you have to have things in place to make sure that you're doing it compliantly. So as I evolve with my roles here at Empire, like I have to have a way to have the leads still coming in.
Yeah.
So that I can have a team built to service it.
Okay.
So that I can then go do this over here.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. So I personally mainly focus on my past client database and then working with the agents that we're in contract with and things of that nature.
Yeah, there we go. And we got to get a little closer to the mic. It's getting
I got
loud
you.
out there.
I got you.
Yeah, Charlie Rocket's coming on stage right now. He is getting the crowd all hyped up. You can probably pick up a little bit in the mics. Hopefully we won't pick up a lot of it. We'll get it cleaned up in post a little bit.
It'll be okay.
But it just means you and I need to get closer to that mic a little, just a little bit more than we were doing. How would you describe this phase of your career to somebody?
So my leadership style is to do what I'm doing. It's not do what I say, not what I do. It's I'm doing these things. If you want to have similar results, you should probably do it as well. So at this stage in my career, I'm trying to impact as many people as I can. I believe if I provide outrageous, unreasonable, ascending value, that you can't help but want to be around me.
I love that. I love that for you. I love that for your team and anyone that you're mentoring right now. Walk us through your weekly schedule. Like what does a standard week look like? Like I know you shared with us, hey, from 8 to 8:30 you're socially selling.
Right.
But what does it look like Sunday through Saturday? What time do you get to the office? When do you leave? What do you prioritize? How many hours are you currently putting in?
So I can walk you through my exact perfect week at a glance.
Okay.
So every single day, 8 to 8:30, social selling. 8:30 to 9, breakfast club with my branch. We go over the theme of the day. I'll answer some questions, maybe some role play, 30 minutes in and out. Then I go into a team ops meeting with my personal production team. At 9:30, we're done with that. I go from 9:30 to 11 into a power hour with whatever the theme of the day is.
You yourself, leading by example. You're in the trenches with the troops making your calls.
Yep. Now, I wish I could sit here with a straight face and be like, 5 out of 5 days, I'm nailing that. No, we live in the real world.
Correct. You're not perfect.
I said it was
your
the
wife
perfect.
tells it to you all the time, but I'm going to
100%.
reiterate, you're not perfect. Wade.
Yeah, but like I do way better than the average person.
Yes.
And you know who does better than me? The people with fuller greatness trackers and fuller sales activity trackers.
Yeah.
There's no secret. It's not complicated, but it's hard.
Yeah.
So power hour, 9:30 to 11, 11 to 12, I'm reacting to things that come in. Text, emails, phone calls, whatever. So what I just said was everything before that, my phone's on do not disturb. Like you're not catching me live. I don't take any meetings at that time at all. It is all future revenue.
Yeah, by the way, this is someone who's operating with an abundance mentality versus scarcity mentality.
Yeah.
Scarcity mentality thinks, I can't afford to not answer my phone for 3 hours. Abundance, what if you had 2 closings and 2 app signings? Like, you can't answer your phone during that.
Nope.
Therefore, that same non-negotiable should be transpiring when you're focusing on running your business.
Exactly.
Okay, so you check your voicemails and your emails between 11 and noon. Then how do you close out the day?
So my afternoons is usually where it kind of devolves into chaos now.
Yes.
I have meeting Monday, so all afternoon on Monday it's meetings, but I don't have any meetings before 1 p.m. on Monday. So
Okay.
it's all prospecting. On Tuesday and Wednesday, my afternoons are open for more phone calls and or face-to-faces. Thursday, I have a little bit of a coaching slot in there, and then openings for phone calls and meetings. And then Friday, my afternoons are for recruiting and retention.
Okay.
So just because I have people that have trusted me to lead them doesn't mean I can't just like never be in contact with them. So like I call it a spec call, spontaneous planned calls.
Okay.
Spontaneous to the recipient, planned for me.
Yes.
So that's Friday afternoons. And then at the end of each day, from basically 4 to 5 is react again. So if you map every single ideal time block, I've got 26.5 hours per week that I could possibly prospect. But do you know how much I actually prospect?
12.
14.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
like,
But guess what? That 14 is probably double what other people do.
I agree.
Yeah.
And so as I look at the sales activity trackers of all my loan officers that turn them into me so that I can hold them accountable for their business, I out prospect almost all of them. And with all the hats that I wear, that's like the smallest part of what I do.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, guys, it's a contact sport. You need to do more. So like my week, Monday through Friday, very regimented. Even my weekends are pretty good. Like I wake up at the same time every weekend. I take my wife to breakfast every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. When we're done with that, she goes to the gym because I can't keep up with her at the gym. So she goes without me.
She leaves you at home.
Yeah, 100%. She's an athlete. So she leaves me at home. I will usually do some kind of workout. But then I have, on Saturday, I have content planning. And on Sunday, I have content filming. It's 2 different mindsets to be in. And so
How long does content planning take you?
not long at all.
Half hour, 20 minutes, or like an hour to 2 hours?
It's a 90-minute time block. I rarely use it
Okay.
because AI has really helped with that.
Yep. And same thing goes on Sunday. So
Yeah.
you're carving out 90 minutes on Saturday, 90 minutes on Sunday, which then helps you crush all your content, your social selling from 8 to 8:30 Monday through Friday.
Correct. I am trying to film 2 long-form YouTube videos per week.
Yeah.
Those probably take 20 minutes each.
Okay.
Max.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll do it in the morning because during the work week, I get up at 4 a.m.
Oh, wow.
4 a.m., I hit snooze. I need to be on my treadmill by 4:09 when it rings.
Okay.
I walk 2 miles at 3 miles an hour. So at 4:49, I'm off. I hop into the car to be at the gym for 5 to work out with my trainer.
Good for you.
I'm trying, dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're getting after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm down 48 pounds from my heaviest.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I
Yes.
appreciate that. But I still have more to go.
Yeah.
And actually, it was one of my mentors said to me, and it was with love. It's like, Wade, if you want to lead a lot of people and be influential, you can't have your personal life like be a disaster, including your health.
Yeah.
You got to lead by example. So it's been a journey, man, and it's not easy.
What excites you about the future?
If you're a licensed originator who's closing loans, but you're not consistent, this is for you. If you're brand new or just looking for motivation, trust me, this is not for you. Most LOs don't need more information. They need structure. They need proven processes and somebody to hold them accountable. T-Lob's Originator Coaching gives you weekly live coaching, scripts top producers actually use, and step-by-step business systems you can implement immediately. Not someday, we're talking day one. You're not watching videos alone. You're executing in real time with other originators who take this seriously. Right now, you can try it free for 2 weeks. That's 2 full weeks for free. You'll sit in on live coaching calls. You'll get access to the frameworks and see exactly how top producers run their business. If it creates clarity, if it creates momentum, or even if it puts wins on the board, you keep going. If it doesn't, no worries, you can cancel. No pressure at all. Click the link, start the 2-week trial, and finally, build this like a business, not a side hustle.
Cheekbones.
Perfect. Love it.
No.
Love it.
The real answer to your question is to stay happily married to my wife.
Okay.
I'm really committed to my marriage. To continue to watch my boys grow and pour into them, and then help as many loan officers reach their goals. I want them to have all that. So like I do a wheel of life exercise with my team. A lot of them don't want to participate because they don't want me all in their business.
Yeah, you know,
I
it's the
get
thought
it.
that counts. It's
Yeah.
where your heart is, and you're helping change lives.
I'll offer, like some of them though, like one of my team members, their goal for the year was to cook better at home, and they wanted to master 12 recipes, 1 a month. So I held them accountable to
That's so
recipes
awesome.
and stuff. Like it doesn't have to
but
just be business.
That's someone that'll stay with you for so many more years than had you not done that.
She's been with me 11 years.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. Well, let's do this. Let's find a way to put a bow on this. Maybe we can slide out and go listen to the rest of Charlie Rocket. Close out MortgageCon 2026. What a phenomenal job. This is their 3rd year in a row doing it. Every year has been better than
Right.
the last. I still call it the coolest event. I mean, we're on Universal Studios property in a sound stage, and it's decked out as if it's like somewhat medieval, somewhat like in a forest, almost like a Harry Potter meets like Return of the Jedi. You know, it's like what it kind of reminds me of. I like to ask these two questions to just about every guest when I can remember to or time permits. First one is this. What is something that you made sure you are teaching to your boys right now about life or work or business that maybe wasn't taught to you by your parents or wasn't taught to you in school?
Have a really good home life. So my parents are still married. My dad still to this day outworks me. I remember one time complaining about how many hours I was working, and he told me that he remembers his first part-time job too, like that type of thing. So I would say that as the generations go from our parents' generations to now, to kind of gender stereotype here, the man is becoming more and more involved in the household. And I want them to see me helping. Like I do all the cooking, all the kitchen cleaning. I take out the trash. Wife, if you see this, I said that on camera. So like but
it's a partnership.
100% it's a partnership because she does everything else.
So does that mean not working a part-time or not working as much as maybe your father did?
Exactly.
You're like, look, respect you, Dad, love you, Dad, but that's not what you want for your boys.
I don't want that. I want them to have memories. One of my biggest regrets in my mortgage career is when my kids were very little. We were in a refinance boom at the time, and I missed so much. I remember just having conversations with my wife, fully decked out in my suit because I was a banker, and just falling asleep on the couch, like in the middle of like a conversation, waking up hours later, and having a blanket just thrown on me and having to get up and work. Like I missed their kid. Like I've got a lot of regrets about that.
Yeah, there's a balance. Like 100%. You and I can both agree. There's seasons of your life you got to get after it.
Yep.
You got to, but you got to pull yourself back into some form of a balance, and you can't let that become habit, right?
Well, even right this second, because they're teenagers now, like I don't have to wake up at 4, but guess what? If I'm not, then I'm having to do all that stuff that I'm doing in the morning at night when I want to spend time with them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to sleep in on the weekends a little bit more and be tired during the week.
Second question, what's one of the most influential books that you have read?
Just got done reading Atomic Habits, so that's going to be the top of mind.
So it's my favorite book.
Yeah.
So I had Charlie Rocket on this show, and Charlie's like, "Hey, who's your dream guest?" And like, I think ultimately my dream guest would be like someone like Matthew McConaughey, right? That they were alive.
All right.
Yeah, right. But I threw out James Clear, and James Clear's on my list. I think he's gettable right now. I think Matthew McConaughey have to wait 2 more years, 3 more years, really let the show take off.
Goals, baby.
But yeah, right. But James Clear, because I read that book 5 years ago during a very pivotal moment in my life when I was going through a massive transformation, and it was such a meaningful book that when Loan Originator signed up for my boot camp, which is like my signature course, it's the one course that Amir's like, Dio, that's your jam. You should do that hundreds of times every year and make your millions that way, right? You are truly bringing new people into the industry. They're going through this boot camp and they're crushing it. Well, part of that boot camp is everyone gets the book Atomic Habits. And when we're going through the boot camp, I'm teaching the book just for 5 or 10 minutes on almost every single call because that book meant so much to me. It's so cool that you said that because I had the mortgage dads on the show.
Yep.
And I asked, it was James. I asked James Swift that question, and he said freaking Atomic Habits. Yeah, so there's a little theme going on right here. Top producers, people that are pretty dialed in on life, and it's all about habit formation.
100%, and habit stacking.
That is fantastic. If people want to get a hold of you, Wade, what's the best way to come win with Wade? Like on your Instagram, your email, your website, what is it?
At Winning with Wade or winningwithwade.com.
At Winning with Wade or winningwithwade.com. He's Wade Betz. I'm Dustin Owen. You've just tuned into the Loan Officer Podcast. If you tuned in for the first time because maybe you're a friend of Wade or you work at Empire and you've been living under a rock and you're not familiar with what is TLOP or the Loan Officer Podcast, cool. I say thank you for stopping by to hang out with us. We have a YouTube channel. My ask of you is go subscribe to it if you love free, awesome content. I'm talking coaching corners. I'm talking mortgage school. Obviously, you can watch the podcast on YouTube, but you can also come and talk mortgage with us through our YouTube channel. We're known as TLOP on YouTube, or just search the Loan Officer Podcast. If you've listened on Spotify or Apple, do us a favor, give us a 5-star review. Even if you thought Wade sucked, but you loved the show, we don't care. Give us a 5-star review. Maybe I sucked and Wade was amazing. That 5-star review is what pushes people to want to consume our content, which will only better their lives. And finally, if you're down for free newsletters, mortgage specific, go to my website, sign up for my free newsletter. It comes out every single Thursday. If you do, and when you do, I'll make sure I invite you to one free masterclass that I personally teach every single month. The website, tloponline.com. That's TLOPonline.com. Click the newsletter, fill out your information, and we will make sure we touch you in your inbox on a weekly basis and invite you to some free shit. He's Wade Betz. I'm Dustin Owen. You've just tuned in to the Loan Officer Podcast. That's all the time we have for you today, but we do look forward to catching you on the next episode. Peace.